couple of weeks ago, I went on another one of my one date wonder outings because I am the worst. I am the one date queen. Some days it seems like it's like a half a date, if it's even that, because I just get up and just say, well, it was nice meeting you, and I'm gone. This particular case, though, this was a setup from a friend of mine, so I gave it a little extra time. But my thing is, I listen to what men say, and I listen very carefully. There are certain phrases that they use, I guess the best term to say is buzz phrases, and certain buzz concepts, and certain buzzwords that they use that instantly make my ears perk up. You know how dogs, when they're listening and they hear a sound and their ears stand on attention? That's me. So I'll just be kind of listening to them drone on and on. Wah, 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 wah. You know how men do. And then they'll use one of those buzz phrases or a buzzword, right? And my ears stand at complete attention like a Doberman Pinscher. So then I'm listening to this nigga, and he starts talking about unconditional love. And I had made the mistake, something I usually don't do, but I had a feeling I wasn't going to see him anymore anyway, so it didn't really matter. I just broke my protocol, and on the first date, I asked him, "So, what are you looking for?" And he came out with that, I'm looking for a woman who can provide me with unconditional love. And I knew, I was already on the fence, but once he said that, I knew that when I left up out of there, that was going to be it. His number was going to be deleted, and I was moving on. And let me tell you why. There's no such thing as unconditional love. It doesn't even exist. People say, well, it exists from mother to child. You a damn lie. Because if that were the case, you wouldn't have so many women doing what I talked about earlier in the video I did earlier today. Walking off, leaving their kids, or sometimes, they kill the kids. There's a term for that. I can't remember what it is right now. And they just can't handle it. They don't want to be bothered with the kids. The kids die. They abuse the kids, whatever. So that's not showing any kind of love. Okay, so let's keep that. If you say that something flatly applies, which they say, well, all mothers have unconditional love for their children, you're damn lying. So then people say, well, dogs have it for their masters. Well, I guess a lot do. Even the ones that get, kind of abused. If you try to pet them, they'll come back for more. But then every once in a while, you hear about the pit bulls or the German shepherds or the Rottweilers or some other kind of dog who turns on his master and kills him. He eats them up, chews them, rips them apart from limb to limb. Okay, so we can't say that it's a flat rule that applies to all dogs, because that's not true. Dogs will bite you, they do stuff. Cats, you know how fickle they are, so let's not even talk about them. Snakes, same thing. They'll bite the hand that feeds them, that's been feeding them for 10 years, and kill your ass and wind around you, crush your bones, and swallow you. They don't care. So then people talk about, well, God and Jesus provide you with unconditional love. Well, I suppose if you believe in the, what you call them, Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, they can provide you with unconditional love too. It's the same shit. Some fantasy being that you created in your mind or somebody told you exists, and you believe that it's going to love you. Well, in some circles they call it insanity, but whatever. So if you believe that, that's on you. But again, it's nothing tangible. Where's this love being demonstrated? Can you touch it? Can you see it? Does it help pay any bills? What does it do? Nothing. So then you come down to adult relationships. You're in a relationship, you're married to somebody, and you hit them with that unconditional love. Now, unfortunately, a lot of women have fallen prey to this game, and they don't understand that when a man comes up to you and he starts demanding that you give him unconditional love, that's a setup. What he's basically doing is getting you to buy into some belief system that you're gonna accept whatever bullshit he gives you, whatever shit he throws at you, whatever kind of nastiness he comes up with. You're just gonna take it and love him anyway. That's what he's asking you for. So if you agree to that, it's like writing a blank check. You live, there's no amount in that check. You done signed your name and made it payable to this nigger, and then he just gonna run with it to the bank and just, take everything out the account and leave you with nothing. And that is what they do when you try to say that you're gonna provide some adult person with unconditional love. That is stupid. Everything in this world has conditions which apply to it, and that includes relationships. If you have gotten yourself involved in a situation where you believe you must give somebody unconditional love, or worse yet, your ass is sitting up there expecting it, you tripping real hard, and you need to slap yourself and get out that stupid coma that you in. You have to perform by standards and measurements of performance in every single function on this planet. You have to have licenses, you have to have permits, you have to take tests, you have to pay certain, for permits and all this stuff. You have certain guidelines that you have to follow to maintain those licenses, permits, and to operate business. You have to have certain standards, you have to have contracts that set up performance guidelines. I mean, every single thing that we do, there are expectations of what you're going to give this person on the other side of the contract, agreement, permit, whatever, license, and what you're going to get in return. That's how our world is built. So if you have a situation where you have entered a relationship and you're giving, 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 and this person is just hurting you endlessly, not living up to their end of the agreement that you made, but you want to continue to love them anyway, what you are basically doing is throwing your love and your life into a black hole. That's what you're doing. There's no end to the demands that will be made on you. There's no end to the mistreatment that will be coming your way if you don't put a stop to it and stand up for yourself. So, when you have someone who demands this unconditional love, I suppose it's part of this romantic fantasy that a lot of people have, that when you fall in love, that, birds are going to sing and rainbows will appear and it's going to be like a Disney movie, whirling in the forest and the little forest animals all chuckling in the background or something. I don't know what y'all be tripping on. But the bottom line is, it's not like that. There's going to be ups and downs and ins and outs and disagreements and fights and all kind of other stuff as you guys have to negotiate and compromise and work out how you're going to be in this relationship. If you establish certain standards and your partner intentionally and repeatedly violates those boundaries and standards, and you stay in that relationship with them anyway, you are a fool. You have set yourself up to be used, and you have set yourself up to be disrespected by hanging on to this fantasy of unconditional love. It does not exist. And even though I saw this article and I was really I was horrified, to tell you the truth, because it was on a psychologist or sociologist or some kind of mental health person website, right? And this guy is talking about unconditional love. And he says it's first, he was all over the place. First, he says it's grounded in a healthy foundation of self respect and respect for the unique individual sharing the relationship with you. And then he goes down, he starts talking about, you have to have self esteem, you have to do this and that, blah, blah, blah. But then later in the article, he says that within a relationship itself, unconditional love is the ability to love the other person as they are in their essence. Okay, well, their essence might not jive with my essence. If their essence thinks it's going to be putting its hands on me, or, gambling away all my money, or doing some other egregious shit to somebody in my family or my friends, or doing anything that's going to fuck over me, you know what? You and your essence is going to die. That's what's going to happen. So, he's sitting up there talking all this stuff, and then, I'm looking like, what is he talking about? And he says, does unconditional love mean that no matter what your partner does, your feelings don't change? Well, he's like, yes, because it's supposed to be a situation where you are appreciating this person, who they are, and you don't look at what they do as the judgment, as the standard of behavior. You look at, their inner being, what their intention was. And I'm like, uh, I don't care what you say your intention was. I'm looking at what you do. And you could like be drunk driving, right? And your intention was definitely not to hit another car and run over some people, but that's what happened. And you were drunk. So what am I supposed to do with that? Am I supposed to still, give you unconditional love because you did something that's stupid? No. So I'm really not understanding where dude is trying to come from. But my thing is, I don't even care. The bottom line is, I just wanted to, this is a very short little thing to talk about this topic because it really bothers me how many women get caught in this game. I just think, unconditional love is what, we have to give each other. That's what the world needs. That's what our relationships require. That's what I get. And even my daughter knows. You fuck up like you do. Like if she had done something real stupid and like hurt or killed somebody, and she did it intentionally, and it was some real stupid stuff. Oh my God, that's like I can't be bothered with you. I'm just not. I didn't raise you like that. I don't condone that. I'm not gonna support that. I'm not visiting you in jail, and you cease to exist. I'm not gonna even be bothered with you anymore because you took everything that I suffered for and sacrificed for to make sure that you had it and threw it in my face and stomped on it and mashed it and then went off and did some other shit that you think that now I'm supposed to still be there for you. Like if you were doing stuff the right way. Deb don't function like that. You got one time to fuck up some stuff that I, set up for you, and then I'm done. You can do it on your own now. I'll sit back and watch you. I'm not gonna like stand in your way, but I'm not going to help you, and I'm definitely not gonna sacrifice anything else for you. That's not gonna happen. So, do I have unconditional love? Hell fucking no, I don't have. Everything I do has conditions on it. Every relationship I have has conditions on it. And every interaction I have in a business has conditions on it. And that is, how the world has to operate. You have to respect yourself. If you don't respect yourself and treat yourself with dignity and demand that other people do the same, and you just accept any old kind of bullshit, words from them, any kind of bullshit ass treatment for them, and you still continue to give them the same level of emotional support and mental connection that you were giving them when they were treating you well, you're a dummy. You're supposed to withdraw. You don't give when people are mistreating you. You take your love back. You take it and you run, going down the road with it because that person doesn't know what to do with it. So that is what I wanted to say. If you guys have some comments about unconditional love, feel free to leave them in the comment section. This is an open discussion. This is my opinion on the matter. I don't think it exists, but I'd be willing to listen to counterpoints, said respectfully. All right, Deborah Cooper from survivingdating.com. My comments on unconditional love and the fact that it does not exist and never did. Closing out. Bye bye.